Well, team, time to go and get your tinfoil hats because you're going to need them for this one. Shields up, Ironbreakers. Rurikhan here coming at you with another video, and today we're going to be talking about Battlefront 2. Again, yes, we're going to be talking about the microtransaction situation, which got updated last night as DICE's general manager essentially said, we're sorry, we're going to disable microtransactions. We're very sorry, we're going to be listening. We're going to basically the same PR speech that we've been listening to. However, this time was actually backed by significant action in the form of actually not having the microtransactions present when the game launches. Now, a lot of people have been instantly screaming, victory, we win, and that kind of stuff. Other people are still cautious saying, oh, careful, because the microtransactions are still coming back, because DICE's general manager said microtransactions will come back at some point when we figure out what we're going to be doing with them, essentially. This is the essential message. And the problem with all of this is when this announcement was made, it was almost like a switch turned on in my brain. And bear in mind, this particular theory is a theory that I want to be wrong about. So if you have any indication that I might be wrong because of a certain reason or any flaw in my reasoning, anything that can indicate that what I'm saying does not make any sense, please type it in the comments, because I want to make this perfectly clear. I do not want to be correct in this theory. I want to be completely and utterly wrong, okay? This is what I want. However, like I said, when I read the news last night, my brain just clicked and I was like, holy shit, it's already done. Like everything's already done. It's all just kind of like fallen into place. And this is like the ultimate, it's almost like when you're about to hit checkmate and you just like, boom, and the other person just realized, holy shit, checkmate, they did it. Now, what is this theory of mine then? Let's actually talk about what the deal is. So if you look at the economy of a free-to-play game, how does it work? You can ask any developer on the internet, and usually the response that they will tell you is, well, the way this works is there is a very small subset of the player base which makes a very large investment. Usually this number varies between 0.something% and like 5% of the entire player base of a video game. So like a 5% conversion rate is actually pretty good for a freemium or / free-to-play type of model on a video game. Okay, just bear that in mind. So a very small subset of the people are the people that need to put in the money. So these people are referred to as whales. This is a casino term from gambling, which is actually interesting that it is a term that comes from gambling. But these people are referred to as whales. So now think of it like this. So the whales of a casual, mobile game, they're going to be somewhat casual gamers. They're like, oh, I just want to like get my dude a little bit more leveled up or something, or I just want to be able to play for longer without having to hit this particular paywall or whatever. So they just sink large amounts of money into something that they enjoy. I'm not going to say there's anything wrong with that. It's just, personally, it's not my type of game, but whatever. I'm not going to say there's anything wrong with that. I'm not even going to debate that. That's the way that economy works. Any developer will tell you, like, most of the revenue comes from those whales spending the big bucks. That's the way it works. Now, put that context into the Star Wars fandom, so to speak, the fans of the Star Wars franchise. What would a whale look like in the Star Wars fandom? So this would be someone that would most likely like, I'm a fan of Star Wars, right? I'm probably going to pre-order, right? You're going to pre-order the Star Wars Battlefront 2 game because you're a big fan. You love it. It's an amazing looking game. It looks pretty good. The previous one was friggin' fantastic to play and all of that stuff. So you're going to pre-order it. Now, which version are you going to pre-order? Well, if you're a whale and you have a bunch of disposable income, you're going to buy the best possible version you can get. Now, in a lot of these cases, if we just take money into account, these are probably going to be PC players because they have their expensive, beefy rigs with 4K and 60 FPS and all this other shit. So they will get it through EA Access in order to have the earlier possible access they can have to the game. Now, if your whale happens not to be a PC gamer, maybe he's a console gamer, maybe he'll get it EA Access on Xbox One X, which is also the fresh new console that just came out. Now, if for some reason your whale doesn't feel like actually investing the money, then they're probably going to get still the best version they can get for the PlayStation 4, right? So independent of their platform, the whales would pretty much be the first adopters of the game. They would be the ones who are like, I want to get the one that brings the most merch and the most Star Wars thing that I can possibly get, right? At least that's the way that I would look at it. And then they get into the game and they see all these microtransactions. They're like, oh, I just want to get like really cool Luke Skywalker or really cool this. Or maybe there's such fans that are like, I just want to unlock all of the heroes. I want to unlock everything, have all of the things. And they just dump money into it, just like straight up, boom, boom. And that's where it comes, because like they've turned the microtransactions off now. But the microtransactions have been open for how long now? Like almost a week at this point, right? Isn't that when EA Access? I don't know exactly when EA Access began, but microtransactions have been there for a pretty long time. So if you take that into consideration, with the whales being the earliest possible adopters and most likely the people to dump the most money into the game, and like I told you guys, when I was playing for my first impressions video, the servers were packed. There were tons of people playing the game despite all of these boycotts and canceled pre-orders that people were talking about on the internet. There were like millions of people already playing the game, to the point where every other match I was getting disconnected from the servers because the servers couldn't handle it. And so it's like, to me, the whales have already spent their money. So what is EA doing now? It's like, well, looks like not the microtransactions aren't being purchased as much, so now we basically just turn them off for a while so that the people who want to actually get the game and hate the microtransaction system, now the narrative is going to shift in our favor, because it's going to be like, oh, this developer actually cares. They actually turned off microtransactions so that everyone can enjoy the video game and progression just through gameplay. And so people are going to be more inclined to purchase the game now. And then the microtransactions come back at a later date with the cosmetics, because at this point, most of the whales most likely have all of the unlocks they possibly want for the game. They're running around dominating people with this pay-to-win functionality that Battlefront 2 essentially launched with. Because let's not mistake ourselves. Just the fact that microtransactions are off now, they've been on for the entirety of this week. It's like, do I have to say anything else? It's like, it's been pay-to-win for a week. The servers haven't been reset. People haven't lost the things that they've purchased or that they've legitimately worked for by playing for 40 hours in a row or whatever. Nobody's gonna lose the items they've already gotten. So ultimately, even the microtransactions being shut down now, it's not gonna have that much of an impact, because at this point, most people are probably not even buying the microtransactions anyway, because of all the controversy that was spinning around it. Please tell me I'm wrong. Like, I genuinely want people to tell me, here's why you're wrong, Rurikhan. And I know that on mobile games, whales most likely spread their spending habits among a large chunk of time, but if you look at the way it works in Battlefront 2, it is designed to be an unlock, that once you unlock something, it's unlocked for good. So therefore, if you were someone who is willing to just invest a bunch of money into this game, and you just wanted to unlock everything, really just unlock everything, and you've spent like God knows how many thousands of dollars, someone's made the calculation, and you're done. You don't have to spend any more money because you have literally everything. Therefore, the microtransactions don't really serve them that much anyway, because people have already spent the money. So the microtransactions come back when they have new things to sell to people, and the whales will come in and they will buy all that shit again, and then more controversy is going to show up because people are going to go like, oh my God, it's pay to win all over again. And then they're going to shut it down again. They're going to be like, oh, we're listening again. It's like, I hope I'm wrong. What do you think about this theory? Let me know in the comment section below. Thank you very much for watching the video. If you're new here, remember, you can subscribe, hit the bell icon so that you're always notified, new videos, new live streams, hit the channel. Hit the like button if you enjoyed it. Hit the dislike button if you disagree with me. That, like I said, I want to be wrong, people. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.